In my previous life, I chose the Genius Scholar system. With the system carrying me, I always stayed exactly 1 point above my little sister. If she scored 700, I scored 701. If she scored 749, I scored 750. I only wanted to make sure she wouldn't feel so inferior, but in the end, I never expected it to completely destroy the mindset of someone who had been stuck as the eternal runner-up for years. She fell into depression and died in misery. What I didn't know was that the so-called blessed Genius Scholar system was a total scam in disguise. It made me go bald by the time I was 30 and I died at 40. But now heaven has actually given me another chance to choose. Brothers, at this very moment I'm standing at the crossroads of fate. In front of me is a vast void, and 2 glowing orbs are floating in mid-air. The one on the left is shining gold, blazing with sharp, dazzling light. One look and you can tell it's that kind of top-tier system screaming, "Pick me, host daddy, pick me." The other one is dull grey, dusty-looking, and every now and then it coughs out a puff of black smoke like a broken light bulb with bad wiring. Standing beside me is my little sister, Lin Wan. In my last life, I relied on that golden Genius Scholar system to stay just a point above her all the way through. In the end, I became the nation's dream guy and the top scorer of the college entrance exam, while she became the forever second-place loser. Her mentality shattered to pieces and died depressed. But now, I've been reborn too. So bro, do you want this blessing or not? Because this time, I'm the one who wins. Lin Wan had obviously been reborn too. The moment she looked at that golden orb, her eyes lit up green like a starving wild dog spotting a fresh pot of braised pork after 3 days without food. Before I could even speak, she lunged like a rabid beast, slammed into me, and wrapped herself tightly around that golden orb. The genius is me. Lin Wan hugged the orb and burst into manic laughter. Then she turned back to look at me, her eyes overflowing with mockery. Lin Fan, you can have that trash grey orb. In this life, you're destined to be useless. Honestly, seeing that smug expression on her face, I almost laughed out loud, because right at that moment, my cheap-looking discount bin system finally popped up. Detected. Host has suffered a major setback. Max-level troll system activated. Please make a choice. Option A, drop to your knees, cry your eyes out, and beg your sister to share a little of her luck with you. Reward, consolation prize of 5 yen and the title, Spineless Loser. Option B, charge forward in anger and try to snatch it back. Reward, get kicked away by your sister and receive 1 day's worth of bruise ointment. Option C, clap with a proud, delighted smile and sing "Good luck comes" on the spot. Ah, finally someone took this garbage off my hands. Little sis, may your blessings be as deep as the Eastern Sea. Reward, bind this system and receive a beginner gift pack. 1 Lamborghini Veneno, 101 Sun Yuan in cash, and a max-level taunt aura. The moment I saw option C, tears started flowing uncontrollably from the corners of my mouth. Can your face put food on the table? Obviously not. So, under Lin Wan's disgusted gaze, and just as the surrounding void was about to disappear, I sank my breath into my dantian, put on a kind yet slightly deranged smile like some loving father who had gone completely off the rails, and shouted at the top of my lungs with the greatest volume I had ever unleashed in my life. Lin Wan froze. She clutched the golden orb and stood there stiff as a statue, staring at me like I was a complete idiot. Lin Fan, are you crazy? Did the shock hit you that hard? I ignored her and continued my heartfelt performance, even pointing at the golden light in her hands as I sang, "Ah, little sis, thank you for nature's generous gift." I already wanted to throw this piece of junk away in my last life. I was worried I wouldn't find a place to dump it, but who knew you were such a genius at collecting trash? Hold on tight. Don't let go. Whoever lets go is the grandson. After saying that, I reached out in the most ridiculously cool way possible, grabbed the dull grey orb, and stuffed it straight into my pocket. Reward delivered. Your Lamborghini Veneno is parked at the school gate. The key is in your pocket. Your 100,000 yuan cash deposit has been credited. Max level taunt aura has been activated. From now on, even dogs will feel the urge to bite you twice. The next second, a flash of white light exploded, my consciousness returned, and I found myself back in the classroom of senior year class 2. On the podium, our bald math teacher was still spraying saliva everywhere while lecturing with full passion. I touched my pocket. Something hard, something cool. I pulled it out and found an exaggeratedly stylish car key full of carbon fiber texture lying quietly in my palm. The Lamborghini logo, that bull, seemed like it was blinking at me. Then my phone buzzed with a text notification. Your account ending in 888 received a deposit at 10 or 500,000 yuan. I took a deep breath and started counting the zeros behind it.
Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s.
Damn it, I couldn't even finish counting. Awesome. At that moment, Lin Wan, who was sitting in the front row, turned around. She had just bound herself to the Genius system and was currently swollen with confidence to the point of explosion. The way she looked at me held 30% ridicule, 30% cold arrogance, and 46% casual disdain. She lowered her voice, her tone full of a winner's superiority.
That dream you just had was pretty nice, huh?
Too bad. The dream's over. It's time for you to face reality. Can you solve this Olympiad math problem? I looked at her face, a face that hadn't started balding yet, and felt nothing but sympathy.
Seriously, I'm not even pretending. I genuinely pitied her.
I ignored her and stood up directly. My chair scraped harshly across the floor with a screech, and the whole class turned to look at me. The math teacher frowned.
Lin Fan, what are you doing? Need the bathroom?
I shook my head, looped the Lamborghini key around my finger, and spun it like a handkerchief in a two-person folk dance performance.
Teacher, I want to drop out. What the hell is wrong with you?
The college entrance exam is in 2 months. I sighed and pointed helplessly toward the school gate outside the window.
Can't help it, teacher.
My newly delivered Lamborghini is here. It's taking up 3 parking spaces at the school entrance, and the security guard is begging me to move it. I thought about it, and in order not to disturb everyone's studies, I've decided to sacrifice myself and go live that boring, painful life that's full of nothing but money. After saying that, I ignored the stunned expressions of the entire class, and I also ignored Lin Wan's face, which looked like she had just swallowed a fly. I kicked open the classroom's back door and left. Bye-bye. Showing off and then running away was insanely thrilling, but I knew the even crazier part was waiting for me at the school gate. I had a feeling that if I managed to drive this car away smoothly today, I'd eat the steering wheel myself. Brothers, at this very moment at the school gate, I have to say fate really didn't let me down. That Lamborghini Veneno was lying quietly by the roadside like a grey steel beast. Its streamlined body, that exaggerated rear wing, that carbon fiber texture. I swallowed hard like an idiot. This was a globally limited supercar, and it was actually parked outside this crappy high school. But where there are treasures, there are always annoying clowns. My max-level taunt aura had already taken effect. The school's famous rich second-generation kid, Li Tianyi, was leaning crookedly against my hood with his butt sticking out at an angle, holding the latest iPhone and striking one greasy pose after another for selfies. While snapping photos, he kept bragging to the lackeys next to him. "See this? My dad ordered this as my coming-of-age gift. Globally limited edition, okay? Keep it low-key, keep it low-key." I walked over. The moment Li Tianyi saw me, his nostrils pointed straight at the sky.
Yo, isn't this Lin Fan, the eternal second-place loser?
"What, did you drop out?"
Come admire this young master's luxury ride. That smug face of his was seriously unbearable.
Detected. Someone is aggressively showing off. Disdain choice triggered. Option A, humbly walk around him and accept Brother Li's intimidation. Reward, 1 mysterious turtle mask. Option B, take out the key and unlock the car to slap him in the face. Reward, 10 points of standard show-off value. Option C, say nothing and rush over to kick him away. Reward, complete mastery of high school mathematics and complete mastery of driving all luxury cars. Did I even need to think about that? For the reward? No, wait. For justice, I shot forward in 1 step.
I'd never run this fast in my life.
"Li Tianyi, get the hell away from my—" The whole place went dead silent. The security guard froze. The lackeys froze.
Lin Wan, who had just chased after me, froze too. Even the math teacher froze. I didn't even look at Li Tianyi.
Out of nowhere, a cleaning cloth appeared in my hand. Don't ask where it came from. The system gave it to me, and I threw myself onto the hood and started wiping it like my life depended on it.
As I wiped, I howled, "Oh, my precious baby."
How did pig grease get on you?
This is aerospace-grade carbon fiber. It'll be corroded by all this oily nastiness. Lin Fan, you dared to kick me.
Li Tianyi climbed up from the ground, his face red like pig liver, and raised his fist as he lunged at me. Right then, my other hand pressed the key. The Lamborghini's iconic scissor doors rose slowly with the soft, mechanical hiss of the hydraulic rods, like a demon spreading its wings. Li Tianyi's fist froze mid-air. The jaws of his lackeys practically smashed into their own feet. Lin Wan, who had chased out here hoping to watch me embarrass myself, now looked like she had just been struck by lightning. She muttered in disbelief, "Impossible!"
How could this trash have a car like this? So satisfying.
Seeing everyone collectively turn into stone-faced NPCs was more satisfying than anything. But my system clearly thought that still wasn't enough. That bald math teacher who had chased after me, Old Wang the Bald, finally came back to his senses. He was shocked by the supercar, sure, but he was even more furious about my declaration in class that I was dropping out.
As the strictest teacher in the whole school, he felt like I had insulted him.
Old Wang ran over, panting, still waving that Olympiad math paper in his hand. He might have been snobbish, but when it came to teaching, he was a stubborn hardhead. He thought I was just putting on an act, and he was determined to crush me with pure IQ. Option C, snatch his red pen, solve this problem directly on the hood of the car, and use 3 different methods, then draw a giant end next to the answer. Reward, IQ breaks through the heavens, obtain the all-round top student aura, and forcibly trigger the next plot arc, the citywide joint exam. I looked at Old Wang's shiny, oily face, then looked at my beloved hood.
I felt a little bad for the paint job, but for a flex like this,
Worth it. Defiling knowledge? I let out a cold laugh and gave him that classic Dragon King crooked grin. Old Wang, lend me your pen. I snatched the red pen out of his hand, turned around, and sprawled right across the hood of my multi-million yuan Lamborghini. My pen flew like a dragon and snake, line after line slashing across the surface as I solved the problem. For the function fx on the interval, my brain suddenly flooded with endless understanding, like I had turned on cheats.
no way, I really had turned on cheats.
That Olympiad problem, which normally looked cryptic and incomprehensible, now felt as brain-dead simple as 1 + 1 in my eyes. First method, done. Second method, calculus, done. Third method, advanced mathematics and matrix theory, done. 3 minutes? Just 3 minutes. The once spotless hood was now densely covered in red formulas. At the very end, I drew a huge red middle finger. Then I tossed the pen back into Old Wang's arms, clapped my hands, leaned against the car door, and put on a lonely genius expression like snow on a frozen mountaintop. Wow, this question really hurt my lungs, because it was way too easy. So easy it made me sick. 3 methods. Did you understand them? If not, go look it up yourself. Old Wang held the pen with trembling hands, his eyes locked onto the formulas on the hood. His expression went from disdain to shock to straight-up fear. Sweat ran down the sides of his Mediterranean bald spot. This is a variant application of the Lagrange mean value theorem.
See, this is impossible. Lin Wan stood behind him, craning her neck.
She might have gotten the genius system, but she hadn't had time to fully level it up yet. Looking at those ghost talisman-looking formulas, she suddenly felt a wave of dread rise in her heart.
Something about this script was very, very wrong.
I pulled open the car door and was just about to slide in and enjoy those leather seats when Old Wang suddenly lifted his head, eyes burning with fanaticism. Then he lunged forward and hugged my thigh with both arms. He held on for dear life.
Lin Wan, no, Lin Dad, no, Lin God of Learning, you can't go.
You absolutely cannot drop out. The citywide joint exam is the day after tomorrow.
If you leave, what are we supposed to do?
If you stay and take the exam, I'll help you wipe the car down every day from now on. 3 times a day. I lowered my head and looked at this bald, middle-aged man clinging to my leg, then glanced at Lin Wan beside him. Her face had gone pale, and her fingernails were digging so hard into her palms they practically wanted to draw blood. Now this was getting interesting. Leaving now would be boring. If I was going to play, then I had to do it right in front of Lin Wan on the battlefield she was most proud of.
I was going to grind that system she relied on so dearly into dust.
The corners of my mouth rose into the standard villain smile. Fine, I'll leave after the exam. But let me make one thing clear first. When I take the test, I'm sleeping, and nobody better wake me up. Brothers, time flew by fast. In the blink of an eye, it was the day of the citywide joint exam. Over the last 2 days, Lin Wan had gone completely feral trying to prepare. Every time I passed by her room, I could hear her muttering inside, reciting vocabulary and formulas like she was possessed. The funniest part was that I noticed her hairline really did seem to retreat by about 1 centimeter. So this was the legendary I got stronger, and balder too.
Tick, tick. To beat me, wasn't that price a little too brutal?
At the entrance to the exam hall, Lin Wan blocked my path with 2 giant dark circles under her eyes. She was holding a bottle of Red Bull, and the look in her eyes was fierce, like a she-wolf guarding her territory. Lin Fan, the day before yesterday, when you scribbled all over that hood, maybe you just got lucky and memorized the answer in advance. But today, every question is brand new. Let's see how you die now. My system has already calculated the perfect score control plan. I'll get 749 points, losing only 1 point for presentation. And you? You'll only get 0.